Do you own a home with someone else and now that relationship is broken down and you find yourself wanting to sell and the other person doesn't?
Well, we may have a solution for you, so take a look.
A partition is a court-ordered process that facilitates the sale of property where one owner wants to sell but another does not. Hey, good afternoon. My name is Eli Underwood. I am the president of the Underwood Law Firm. So most of the people who find themselves in these situations are boyfriend-girlfriend, or brother-sister, some sort of family relations, or people who invest together in property, such as purchasing an Airbnb with a friend, like in Tahoe or Napa, with the idea of it making money, and then the relationship breaks down and they want to find a way out. What I liked about partitions was it was a way to actually solve a problem for people. Unlike many other legal processes that seem to go on forever without any end in sight, partitions are really valuable for consumers and people in California because there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you can actually solve someone's problem as part of the legal process. Partition action has 4 parts. 1, the lawsuit is filed with an owner saying that they want to sell their property. 2, the other co-owner has an option to buy them out under a right of first refusal. 3, if they're not able, the property is listed for sale in an open market transaction. And 4, once the property is sold, then the proceeds of the sale are divided into parts or partition, with each owner receiving their respective shares under the law. So people who find themselves in this situation have really only a couple different ways out, especially when they're both on the mortgage. The first is to negotiate with your partner and try to get them to agree to sell or buy you out. It can be difficult when you're both on the mortgage though, because then it requires the cooperation of the mortgage company, and generally they're reluctant to allow one party to come off the mortgage because of the responsibility that would place on the one signer. So in those situations, you can either get your co-owner to agree to sell, or really your only other legal option is a partition action. So some people wonder who pays for the lawyer's fees in a partition action. The answer is that the partition law does provide for the recovery of attorney's fees by either party when it is deemed to be in the interests of the common benefit. So for example, somebody who files a partition lawsuit that benefits everybody can receive some part of their attorney's fees back out of the ultimate distribution at the end of the sale. People wonder how long a partition action takes, and the answer is it depends. Do you have a knowledgeable partition lawyer? Which county you file in? These types of factors can affect the length of the partition. That said, in many simple partition actions, the case takes about 3 to 6 months to get the property marketed and sold, and then a few more months after that to get the funds distributed. People ask me why I got into partitions, and the answer is I was doing lots of other types of law before. Contract disputes, real estate disputes, but I felt like I was never really able to help my clients get out of the problem they found themselves in. Instead, with partitions, it has a very simple beginning, middle, and end, and I'm able to solve a real problem for people. I'm able to help good people get out of bad real estate relationships, and I love that aspect of it, that I was able to move people from a terrible, toxic situation to a better future so they can move on with their lives and have the freedom they were looking for.
This is Tony Estigoy along with Tatiana Bedoya, and we are real estate professionals right here in the greater Sacramento region. If you find yourself in this position, please be sure to get a hold of our team.